Right guys, so Adrian's just loaded up the Nissan X-trail to go off to our customer. While he was loading up, unexpectedly someone came to try the Land Rover out, the Land Rover Discovery, and he's brought along his Nissan X-trail, which he wants to do a part exchange on. And now, it seems a bit strange, doesn't it? I've questioned him about it, and apparently he's had 3 Discoveries now. His last one he got rid of to get this X-trail and has regretted it ever since because he loves them that much. And he's been specifically looking for a manual, which goes in my favour because I thought most people wanted auto Discoveries. So yeah, he's looking to part exchange this. He's already got a quote from We Buy Any Car and from Auto Trader for the sort of trade value of the car, so he's quite sensible on the price. He knows what he's looking for. He wanted to do a straight swap at 8,995. I told him that the trade on this vehicle was really more like 8.2, 8.3. We're talking about meeting in the middle at 8.5 at the moment, but obviously I need to do a check on it and just make sure there's no shenanigans going on. We've got a private plate on it which is coming off when he well, if he does the deal. We're not sure yet. He's out on test drive on the Land Rover at the moment. It may come to nothing, but yeah, I think first thing to do is hop on Car Vertical and check that this is a genuine motor. Biggest things with this, I think outstanding finance might be a bit of a worry. Obviously I want to check that it isn't on the register for anything, so let's get on and check it out. Really want to do this before I enter into any negotiations, because obviously any information that comes back on this could have a drastic impact on the value of the car. Right, the report is ready. Let's see what it's got to say for itself. So no mileage issues, no issues with theft, no issues with accidents, no issues with finance. Got some of the MOT test information here. Just suspension bushes, brake pads, live with that. Change in number plate changed 7th 2021. Changed from 2004. So that does tie in with what he said. He said that he hadn't had it long because he wasn't really enjoying it as much as his Discovery. Mileage, that's a nice consistent line. No strange dips in that, so that looks okay. Valuation, right, it says the market value is 10.3, 11.2, so it's like a 10,995 for me on the forecourt by the looks of it. Price after negotiations when the seller's company is 10.7, so I'm about right on that, so about 10.7 is what its retail is. So, and he's looking for, he wants 9 for it, which isn't quite enough margin, so it needs to be 8.5 max, really. Road tax is 165, so that's not outrageous. Common issues: crankcase control valve resulting in engine stalling, issues with rear differential, DPF on the diesel engines, 2.2 engines infamous for timing chain tensioner failure. Well, this is the 1.6 diesel, so we're all right on that front. So the X-trail checks out, but that's not always the case. Check out this report for a BMW 3 Series. So a quick check reveals that this vehicle was involved in an accident. So if we scroll down, as I said, if we scroll down, we can actually see pictures from the salvage auction of the damage. So this is the kind of information you absolutely want to know if you're buying a vehicle, because a crashed vehicle you want to be getting at least 25 to 30% cheaper. If you pay full price for it, you might never get your money back. The good news is, if you want to check your vehicle or one you're about to purchase, you can use the link in the description down below and get yourself 10% off your Car Vertical check. I want to thank Car Vertical for being the continued sponsor of Chops Garage. So we'll see what he's got to say when he comes back. There's definitely no room for any more movement on that. I'm £1,000 under Auto Trader, more than £1,000 under Auto Trader on the Discovery already, and I'm offering a fair part exchange price for his car. There are a couple of faults left with the Discovery. I think we've got an overactive parking sensor one on the back, and the DVD player isn't working on it, which I've declared those before he's gone out in the car. So yeah, it is what it is. He's only got the one key, but all those things, like I say, he's getting £1,000 less than Auto Trader recommended, and he's getting a few hundred more in Part X on his car. So I think that's a more than fair deal. I've just got to stick to my guns on it, and this will be one of those deals I'll turn down. If he wants any more, I'm going to turn it down. I have gone through the conversation with him as well, saying if you've got your contingency fund, just like our pal over on High Peak Autos the other day did when he was selling an old Range Rover, and he said, no, I've had 3 of them, I know the score, I know where to get parts and how much it costs to fix things. So he's got a sensible head on him by the looks of it. Anyway, he's just back, we'll see how we get on. So the Land Rover is sold. He did a deal. We're taking the Nissan in at the price agreed, the 8.5. Like I say, the book says it's about 10.5 retail, so it's a really, really nice car, that Nissan. So hopefully we'll do all right with that. But I'm kind of pleased to see it's gone. But this is a lesson learned in being impatient. So turns out I had a chat with the chap, and he saw it when I had it up for 10 grand, 995, which he thought was a fair price. And he had rang me before I went on holiday and said he'd potentially want to come and see it after I went on holiday. But I heard nothing from him for a week before I went on holiday. I thought, So I came back off holiday, hadn't heard anything from him again, and obviously dropped the price to 8,995 on the Landy, which is £1,000 below Auto Trader, as I said. Turns out he was ready to come and get it. He was just waiting for me to come back off holiday, and I'd taken it. I hadn't refreshed the Auto Trader advert before I went on holiday. I'd let it run out, and I restarted it when I came back at the lower price point. So he saw it pop back up at £1,000 less. I was like, yes, game on, I'm going to go and get that. Turns out he thought he was not only going to have to part exchange his car, but possibly part exchange a motorbike he had in at the same time to be able to get the deal done. What a shit, to be fair to him. You can only congratulate him on being a shrewd negotiator. Still trying to get me down on price further. In the end, I said, look, that is it. That's a done deal. He said, well, the seat, you have to hold, flick the button to get it go forward. You can't just hold it down, it'll go all the way forward. I went, okay, well, that's a known fault. So that will, you buy it knowing that that's the case. And those rear DVD players, we're not sure they're going to work yet, are we? I was like, no. I've got the cleaners for the rear DVD players, but I can't be sure. Guaranteed that it's going to work. And I said, and you've got the rear parking sensor. I said that is playing up. So I said, they're all known faults with the vehicle, and at 8,995 it's coming with those known faults. He went, oh, okay, fair enough. So we agreed the deal, and I've put on the invoice, I've listed all those things as known faults on the invoice. I'll also list them on the handover form when he comes to pick it up. I nearly, to close the deal, said I'd give 6 months rather than 3 months warranty on it. Luckily I didn't, because when I ran it through warranty wise, just 3 months is £300 to cover it for 3 months. So the warranty alone is costing me £300, which is pretty scary, but not as scary as the potential bills on this. So, and he's taking it back up country. The reason he couldn't come down till now is he's on holiday, and it just so happened that the car was near where he was going on holiday, which is why it took him this long to come and see it. So yes, I should have left it at 995, and I should have just sat on it until it sold at 995, because that was a fair price for the car. But it's gone. I've done a deal on the Nissan. I've got a really nice piece of stock there. That Nissan is really nice. I should be able to sell that at under retail as well. The i30 automatic's just sold. So this is the one we got from the Home Built guys. They bought it down from their next door neighbour who'd given up driving. 50,000 miles, automatic 1.6 diesel. Had it up for 8,995, which was £250 below Auto Trader recommended. Just sold it for the 8,995. The couple were looking for a bit of a discount, but we decided to do a 12-month warranty instead of 6, because it cost about the same as the £100 discount I was going to let them have on my trade price. Lovely couple, just moved over from Malaysia. He's training as a dentist. They met at university, and they were looking for a car for her, and she only drives automatic. So they popped over this afternoon. They've bought the car. They've actually just gone for lunch because they brought a second car. And they asked me where I recommend. Well, of course, you know it, guys. I sent them down the Bell Inn at Chittlehampton. Can't beat that for a spot of lunch. So they'll be back in a minute to take away, but they're all paid up, all ready to go. The Land Rover is gone, and I have the part exchange in. This really nice looking X-Trail, which we'll take a little bit more of a look at later on. The place is beginning to look empty again. Oh, just got the i20 back from its MOT. Literally just picked that up, so we're going to get cracking on that. Get that cleaned up for our subscriber. That'll be the weekend's work. But yeah, we're beginning to look a bit empty, aren't we? Still no interest in the Clio at all at 7,995, which is well below Auto Trader recommended, massively below. Super cheap for a 2017 car with 30 odd thousand miles on. The current market is 7,995. Why that's not shifted and everything else is, I do not know. Got to clean the Brabus up still. Not had any real strong interest in the C4 yet. Sorry, not C4, DS4. Put that down to 2995 as per suggestions, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, looking very empty. And now I did think I might trade the X-Trail straight on, but I think I might have it as a piece of stock now because I'm just so short on stuff. The Jag's still due to come back from its paint. How much interest there'll be in an older Jag this time of year, I do not know. We've obviously got the S2000 to come back from that work, so that'll fill in a couple of spaces. And we've got the Up and the Skoda Fabia Estate, so I have got enough to fill the room back up again. But then I haven't got the next batch of stock. I need the next batch of stock now, so I need to be finding cars, get them all parked up outside there, ready to go, to keep the mill turning over. That said, if that doesn't happen, I'll have a chilled December. I'll be able to crack on with things like my MGB, crack on with my 2CV van, all that kind of stuff. And I'd really like to do that actually, because I'm missing getting more hands-on with stuff. So the deal's been done, the Land Rover's gone out, and we've got the X-Trail in, and we've got on its original number plates. So what have we actually bought? It is a 2014 Nissan X-Trail Tekna. So it's, I think, the SE is the only one above this. So I think this is pretty much top of the range. It's got absolutely everything, and we'll go through it in detail in a bit. It's done 79,000 miles. It's, like I said, the 1.6 diesel. So these are 130 brake horsepower, but they've got 320 Newton meters of torque, which explains why it feels so blooming peppy. Reading reviews online, Auto Express and so forth also don't bother with the petrol turbos. The diesel's a much better car to drive, which makes sense because bigger car, you want that low down grunt. So yeah, huge torque on it. The MPG figures are immense. The manufacturer says it'll average 57 miles to the gallon, which obviously you always go but actually on the dash, if you do the MPG reading, the customers average 60 miles to the gallon. I don't know if that was on the run down here for their holiday, but that is pretty mental. Even if it's anywhere near that, that's really good MPG for something this size. They're £165 road tax. So yeah, I mean, very economical to drive really, I guess, for the size of vehicle. This is a proper four-wheel drive one as well. You can get them two-wheel drive. This has got the option of four-wheel drive on it. You can run it in two-wheel drive. We'll have a look inside in a minute, but it has got the actual four-wheel drive on it as well. Really nice in this gunmetal grey with the diamond cut alloys. Now obviously that's the first thing I went to, is I went to all the diamond cut alloys and had a look at them, because it's such a pain in the bum. They always peel, but actually they're really good. Doesn't surprise me based on the owner. I would have thought if they had anything wrong with them, he probably would have got them refurbed. He seemed that kind of chap. But they're all in fantastic nick. They're 19-inch, I think, these alloys, aren't they? Yeah, 19-inch. What tyres we got on there? Pirelli. We've got Pirelli tyre there with nearly new rubber on it. What have we got here? That's a cheaper one. That's a triangle on the front tyres are nearly new, so they always wear quicker than the front as a general rule. I think he probably hasn't had it in four-wheel drive at all. So we've got triangle tyres on the front. Is that a triangle as well? Yeah, it's a triangle. So triangles on the front, Pirelli's on the back by the looks of it. Yeah, that's Pirelli as well. Bodywork wise, I know we need to give it a clean, but obviously I did have a good look round it before I bought it, and it's in very good condition. Let's use the trucks. It doesn't need any paint looking at it. I mean, obviously we'll give it a proper clean, but it doesn't need any paint. There's no scrapes to sort out by the looks of it. It just needs a really good clean down and a wax, I'd have thought. It doesn't even look like it needs a machine polish, to be honest. So yeah, the Tekna spec, we've got obviously the colour coded wing mirrors, we've got the satin finish rails on it, we've got the chrome finishes here. He's obviously spec'd out the someone spec'd out to have the wind deflectors as well. Got the chrome finish door handles with a keyless entry on it. Let's say we've got those bigger alloys around the front. We've got the chrome finish spotlights down the bottom. We've got front cameras. This has got the 360 camera system, so you've got cameras at the front, cameras on the side, camera at the rear, so you've got all round cameras on these. You can see them underneath the wing mirrors there. We've had a few Nissans in with that on it, so it's got all the cameras, but they also put the parking sensors in as well, so you've got cameras plus parking sensors down here, so you still get your beep beep to let you know you're getting close. It's got the electric tailgate on it. I mean, this thing is absolutely fully loaded. It's freezing out. Let's have a quick hop inside. So we are fully leathered out. Look at that, lovely, with electric seats. Don't know if the passenger seat's electric as well. We'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, electric passenger seat as well. So yeah, it's all leather all round. Now this is the 7-seater as well. So if we do that boot lid, shouldn't do. I don't like to do too much with the battery. The car not running, flatten the battery down. So yeah, we got that full power boot lid. I've got something in the boot already, which I meant to get out before I started filming. Let's get this out of the way. Got some wooden slats there. That's for a later project with the 2CV van. But yeah, we've got the extra row of seats here. Look, 7-seater. So this is my first attempt at doing this. What do I do? Pull the handle there. Oh. Quality filming again at its best. So yeah, we've got the extra row of seats. There we go. Presume you want to slide the fronts forward. I imagine you slide the fronts forward to give yourself more leg room on those. So we'll call them occasionals, I think. I wouldn't fancy being in that. There you go, just ram them down, James. I'm sure they'll go fine. Yeah, good sized boot on it, but yeah, you've got that extra row of seats as well, and you've got that fake little floor underneath there. All in good condition, all the plastic's in good nick. So, oh, trip over the box you just put down. It wouldn't be any different. It's Chops Garage, and this is the way it works around here, guys. So yeah, it's absolutely, yeah, so I think there's only one level higher, which is the SE. Higher. The SE, which I don't know what else you'd get, because this has got everything. You've got the full panoramic roof, and that is a tilt and slide one, so it does actually open up. We'll have a go on that in a minute. I say we've got the heated seats. We've got the selector here for 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive or diff lock. 6-speed gearbox, electronic handbrake, the auxiliary input and USB input. Down here we've got the parking sensors, the auto switch on and off, power door on and off, traction control. You got the trip reset and your lighting for the dash. All round lecky windows, power mirrors, power auto fold mirrors, electric. We've got carbon fibre type finish dash on door card section on here. That's also leather trimmed and stitched along there. That's all lovely. It is lovely in here. All this is mint. It's all the leather is immaculate. I think there's a very, it's not even worth pointing out. A little bit of balm will take that out. There's really nothing to note on the interior at all. Yeah, those rear seats look like slide forwards to give you a bit more leg room if you've got that another row of seats in there. Swapping out the cold. It's a bit nice for me, this one, isn't it, guys? Bit nice for me. Let's put the foot down on the clutch, get the steering lock off. I've got the key. This is keyless, so I've got the keys in my pocket. We've got the full 7-inch touchscreen on this one. What does it want me to do? Probably put a bit of level of power on, doesn't it? Oh, I've started it. I didn't want to start it actually, did I? But there we go, we'll start it anyway. We've got a nice little LCD in the front, in the middle of the screen as well there. You can see it idles lovely. Runs smooth as you like. It is low on fuel. And then, like I say, we've got the sat-nav touchscreen here with the CD audio. It does Bluetooth stereo as well, so you can actually play, as well as Bluetooth for your phone, you can play it through the audio system. And we've got the air conditioning with dual controls. The all the heat front screen heating there on the go. It's just an absolutely lovely bit of kit, guys. It really is. Got my locking wheel nuts in there. This also has auto dimming rear mirror. It has lane assist when you're on the motorway. It has auto dipping headlights as well. You know, when you've got a full beam, if a car comes to the way, it auto dips on that. It's just got absolutely everything in it. So look at this roof while we've got the engine on. So you've got the electric blind. It says like he knows. I'm just hitting buttons and I'm going to tell you what they do as I find them. There we go. And then presumably if I hold it, yeah, if I hold it, let me get that all the way back. If I hold it, then I'll get a tilt, won't I? So I reckon that rear section must be solid. Oh, there we go. It automatically goes back. So you've got a proper sunroof as well. I think there is a tilt function for that. If I hold it forwards, I think it might tilt. Oh no. I'll learn it. I'll learn it. It's all working. All the chrome, everything in here is immaculate. All the buttons, no wear on any. I haven't said mileage, did I? I said it earlier, 79,958. So not too bad for the age, probably about average, a little bit lower than average, I guess. Yeah, everything here, proper Nissan mats. It is lovely. Let's turn it off. So a quick look in the engine bay, see what there is to see there. Oh, here we go. MPG, current 43, best 62. That's really economical for something this size, isn't it? Oh, before we go to the engine bay, we'll look at the paperwork. So we have got all the handbooks, as you'd expect this kind of end to have. We've got loads of receipts, and I have to admit I haven't gone through all the receipts yet, so we'll go through and see what goes on with that. So I'll look at the service history first. So we have... So this is like a, I haven't seen this before, like Nissan stick the paper over the top of the page. 2015, 2016 with Nissan. Then we've got 2017 with Nissan, 2018 with an independent, 2019 with an independent, 2020 with an independent, then nothing there. So I imagine within those receipts there, there'll be some later ones again. This owner doesn't strike me as someone that would, I mean, I guess we might have the COVID gap, so there might be one less service there, but yeah, pretty much full. We'll go through the rest of the seats and check it out for sure, but let's have a look under the engine bay. So all looks honest in here. Looks like someone's put some oil in and had to wipe the plastic cover down afterwards, so we'll check the oil level in a second, see what that's like. But that's not unusual. That could have been from a while back, couldn't it? Could have been from a service. For all we know, we've got to go through those receipts. But it all looks honest. Quite a small little unit, isn't it? Inside quite a big engine bay, so nice access to everything. You've got your turbo at the back there by the looks of it. There's your engine mount. That's nice and solid. Looking for any leaks now. This is what I tend to do, is have a look, see if we've got any sort of leaks, or we've got EGR valves blowing stuff over the place and all that kind of guff. Doesn't seem to be. Now this looks like it is, I can't see anything. Looks like it's okay on that front. Doesn't look too bad at all. Let's have a look at the oil level. We did just have it running, so let's just clean that off a second. Now, if you don't know, if you're a novice, which, you know, I was at one point, diesels, even after you put fresh oil in, it's dirty pretty much straight away. So unfortunately, you don't get that lovely clean oil look, even if you just put oil in it like you do on a petrol. So it's not really going to tell us what that is. But the level is about halfway. We're probably about 300 mil below full. Initially looking at that, I mean, it will settle a little bit more now. I just had it running when it, so it'll settle a bit, so that may well make some of that up. So not massively. Why is this so difficult to put back in again? So I'm not concerned about that at all. Coolant level is bang in the middle where it should be. That looks all good. Yeah. Even the washer fluid is up to the top. Again, like I say, the guy did chat, you know, he did strike me as someone who does look after his cars. So overall, we've got a car with, you know, reasonable mileage. It's the right mileage for the age. It's in really good condition. It's the top spec. Seems to have been well looked after with the service history. So the question always is, you know, like we said earlier, why? Why was the deal done? Why go from a 2014 X-trail to a 2008 Land Rover? Now, obviously, the Land Rover is, although this is fully kitted out, the Land Rover was fully kitted out. And even though it was an older car, it was kind of a little bit more, you know, bigger engine, smoother, more luxurious to drive, I would say, probably than this. But the question still is, yeah, why? So, it doesn't seem to be on a bodywork side of things, doesn't seem to be on a sort of service history side of things, and that, we just take it for a drive. We've got to, and this won't be a case of taking it for one drive. The thing with diesels is, normally the problems arise from cold, or obviously problems that can arise from being hot. So you can't really take it for a spin and say it's okay. You've got to take it for multiple runs. So let's see how we get on with that. So out in the Nissan, I'm afraid I've had to just wedge the camera in the headrest. So sorry you've got a bit of headrest in your shot. It's a bit of an ad hoc video. Got a lot on today, so I have to get it in where I can. Obviously, spoiler alert, I have driven the car before. Obviously before I took it in part exchange, took it for a short drive. And I did bring it home last night, and I have to say I'm very impressed, very impressed. I thought with a 1.6 diesel in it, it would be underpowered, but it's not at all. It's got loads of punch. I'm sure some of you are going to pop on and tell me who else shares this 1.6 diesel. But no, really impressed with the punch of it. I was hooting it along home last night. I did drop that average MPG from 60 miles to the gallon down to 58.5, but that's still mightily impressive. It's absolutely fully loaded, as we know. I was driving along yesterday with the automatic, last night with the automatic headlights on, for the automatic dip and full beam. Worked really well down the lanes. You know, someone came the other way, dipped it, they went, it undipped. Even when I went through a village, it dipped the headlights down because of the lighting and then put them back up again. So yeah, well impressed with that feature on it. I'd probably have a bit more tyre on it personally, although the alloys do look good. But that, I live in Devon, don't I, so the roads are pretty bad, so I always prefer something with a bit more, a higher profile on it. But yeah, it would spoil the look of the car a bit, I guess. But everything seems to work, all the features seems to work well. Like I say, it pulls like a steam train, handles impressively. I'm impressed at how I can scoot it through corners, to be fair. I thought it'd be a big old boat, but actually I can. Here we go, so out there, 5th gear, bosh. Loads, big wave of torque, just like I like my diesels. I'd say this one feels as punchy as the 2-litre cash guy I had a little while ago, even though it's giving up 400cc. Quite impressed. Suspension's tight, no knocks or bangs as we go over the potholes. Brakes nicely. No graunching or shuddering through the discs or pads. Clutch is nice and light, biting about midway. So mechanicals feel good. I really like it. It's a really nice car. So just got to give it a really good clean now. Obviously it was actually super clean when the gentleman brought it in. I just need to give it another clean on the outside, having been out and about, and then we'll get it listed up for sale. I'm looking to get my money out of it quite quickly, so I'll very keenly price it on Auto Trader. I forget when that last service was done. We might need to do an oil and filter on it. I forget when the last service was done. We might need to do an oil and filter on it, and I can't remember offhand when the MOT is. So I'll probably need an MOT and a service. Then we'll put it up, like I say, on Auto Trader at a keen price with a 6-month warranty on it. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly it goes. Certainly if someone's in the market for something around the 10 mark, I think Auto Trader says 10,995 for it, something like that, or 11,2 I think it says. So yeah, if someone's in the market at a sort of 10 to 11 mark and needs a 7-seater, occasional 7-seater I'd say, but it's going to give them good fuel economy but be fully loaded up with all the toys, I think you'd be hard pushed to find a better motor. So really nice car, drives really nicely, fantastic spec. So big thanks to the buyer for letting me have a nice honest part exchange, and well done to you for being more patient than me and getting yourself a cracking deal. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, please do consider hitting that subscribe button down below and giving the video a thumbs up or like, because that'll recommend it to other people that might be interested in the same kind of thing. As always, massive thanks for watching. Catch you again soon. Don't forget, you can get that 10% discount with Car Vertical by using the link in the description down below. Check out the true history of your vehicle or one you're looking to buy.